Yes, sir. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are back with our very first segment. Now, look, I don't know if you just saw, but we have a lovely individual coming on board.
Oh my God, she's so smart, so wonderful, such a beautiful person, inside and out, very intelligent. She's the best.
Now, look, let's just give you a quick breakdown. So, Ifeguni has had the opportunity to be in the gaming space for a long time as a gaming producer, been a part of Microsoft, been a part of the Minecraft team, created her own studios called You Matter Studios, and is now a part of a Black-owned gaming company called Decoy Games. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm round of applause for our first speaker, Ifeguni.
Hi,
hey, Jewel.
Hey, everyone. I'm so happy to be here.
Man, we're so excited to have you on board. Thank you so much for coming. Let's just get right into the first question. Let's not waste any time.
You are such an interesting person. So you've been a part of the gaming industry and you've gotten a lot of experience. So what was your inspiration to get into gaming and how did you get started?
Yeah, so that's a really good question. So growing up, I was like really big into games. Like I'd play my favorite games on PlayStation 2 or like on GameCube, or I don't know if anyone likes Toontown. Like I was obsessed with that. And then over time, like I kind of took a break from games and got really into like social media. So I knew that I wanted to get into tech, but I was trying to figure out what that intersection of media and tech is, which is obviously gaming. But the way I like actually got into the gaming industry as a professional was because I started to try things. And so I don't know how many people have heard of hackathons, but hackathons and game jams are really great opportunities for you to work with other individuals to build something. And so fortunately, it was the end of my freshman year in college, at the end of that summer, and I was part of a hackathon because I was interning at Microsoft called Whack Whack 1 Week, and I worked with friends to build a video game called #Queen. And that was inspired by really making sure that my little sister was the main character, improving her confidence. So that's like what got me into the industry. And from there, I was like, you know what? I want to focus on creating content where all children feel seen. So that's what inspired me to start You Matter Studios, as well as also really do networking and research and see opportunities to really continue to develop my career. And that's how I was able to work with Xbox and also work with Minecraft and today with Decoy Games. So that's like my pathway in.
Okay. Wow. Let's expand on the last part. You said Xbox and Minecraft. What was that journey like getting into it, and what was your experience like working with that team? Because, you know, a lot of us out here, we play video games, we play Xbox, and some of us have PlayStation, right? But what was it like actually working at one of the top 2 gaming companies on the planet? What was that experience like?
So first of all, it was dope, okay? It was real dope. Just because it's like, you know, like we're all playing these games, but to be behind the scenes, like one thing I will say is just working with the talented engineers and data scientists and game testers and designers, they all have a lot of passion when it comes towards what they're creating. So it was great to see that behind the scenes. But I'll go back into like kind of how I even got into the first place, and then I'll get into more of what it was like behind the scenes. So getting in, a big part I want to encourage you all to do is continue to be bold with opportunities. You know, I was very fortunate enough to be interning at Microsoft, which is home for Xbox. And I was on a team that was not anywhere near gaming, but because I did networking, and I do want to give a shout out to BAM, so that's Blacks at Microsoft. That was a really great support group for me because they saw my passions with gaming, and they were like, "How maybe you should look into the Xbox team." And so I did my network. I was living in the DMs of like a bunch of people that lived in Xbox, and that's how I was able to learn about the opportunities there. And that was the same thing with how I like really saw opportunities with Minecraft too. It was like really pinging people and figuring out, okay, who's there and how can I learn more from you? And that was how I was able to get the opportunity to interview in the first place. And then from there, I had a lot of support. And then once I was able to interview, I got in. But I will tell you, like, the biggest thing is I would not be where I'm at today if I wasn't bold and reaching out to folks and just continuing to like dive into opportunities where I can meet more folks, especially like those hackathons. So anytime there's like programs at your school or there's anything locally to create something, dive in. Even if you don't know how to create something, go for it, because you're going to meet some really dope people that can get you to here. And so in terms of like actually being behind the scenes, you know, another thing that was cool was learning about the rules. So I don't know if y'all know this, but being a games tester, so if you love playing games, you just want to test and break things in games, that's an actual role. And so those were things that were eye-opening to me, especially when I was a games producer with Minecraft, was learning all the individual roles there. But it was really cool to see like what the developers were thinking about in terms of like how they actually built the game, how things were designed, but also looking at how we ensured that you got like top quality games and low crashes, and like really looking at the dashboards that were tracking everything. So it was really cool to see things behind the scenes. Yeah.
Wow.
One thing you mentioned, and I hate to interject real quick.
No, it's okay,
I think it's a valuable lesson because like I like finding the lessons inside of like the details and the story.
Yeah.
But the networking piece, right? I heard this saying before. They say it all the time. It's a cliche, really. But your net worth is your network is your net worth, right? And so being able to like reach out and connect with so many different individuals, that's important. Because to be honest, we wouldn't be having this event had it not been with us connecting with people, right? I met Desi at the back of a hair salon, speaking in front of 7 people.
How long? 2017. 2017. 2017. I was taller than him. It was funny.
Hey, don't get on me like that, Megamon. Don't get on me like that, Megamon.
Don't do that right now.
But like being able to connect with people, that's important, and being able to like connect on social media, reaching out. That's powerful because it allows you to be with people that will put you in positions that you never would have thought were possible had you not come into contact with that person. So, I mean, props. I mean, proof is in the pudding with your story anyway. So obviously it works.
I mean,
all right. So I have another question for you. What is it like being a young Black woman in the tech space?
This is one of my favorite questions.
Yeah.
I think the first thing is being a young Black woman in the tech space means like you're automatically a unicorn. And when I say unicorn, that's a term we use specifically in tech when you are representative of like the small like majority. So when we think about statistics, Black women, Black people in general, we represent 2% of the tech industry and the gaming industry, which is very interesting because we're such a huge percentage of consumers that actually play these games. And so already like being a young Black woman in the space, it's acknowledging, okay, cool, I'm a unicorn in the space. But what does that like actually mean? It means being very like resilient, you know, like people may underestimate you because of who you are, but it's something that you got to train and really like believe in yourself. Because as long as you believe in yourself, then it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. But also there's a lot of power in being a unicorn. Like, you know, because our voices are so important and we're such a small representation, we have to be loud in the room. So figuring 100%. Out a way to use your voice, and even if you're shy, using and like working with other people to ensure that your input is heard. But definitely being a young Black woman in tech means being resilient. It means recognizing power. It means community. Super grateful for everyone and all the women, especially that have supported me on my journey. But also, it means standing in your power too. So that's like a brief summary, but I'm happy to dive in. Like there's more.
Absolutely.
Of course.
I mean, it takes resilience being in technology regardless, but then at the same time being a Black and brown woman.
Yeah.
Man, props to you. Matter of fact, let's give
100% props. Like,
thank you.
But look, you recently just transitioned into a new company, Decoy Games, right? What was it, associate producer? Am I right about that? So, okay, why did you decide to take that position, and what are you looking forward to accomplish at this new company?
So, another good question. You come with the good ones. So, why? I think, period, a Black-owned game studio, I'm sorry, like I'm already there. I'm there yesterday. You know, and I was very fortunate enough to get to know the founders, Ahmed and Khalil, prior to taking on the role. And the fact that they exist as game studio owners, but also being able to relate to them as like another founder and understanding their journey and the resilience it took for them to get to where they're at. Because they really had they have this really dope game called Swim Sanity. So definitely everyone check it out. It's available on all consoles. And so that's like why I made the decision, is because I saw who I wanted to be in them. And so I wanted to join them, but also I have learned so much being in the Xbox and Minecraft realm, and they will always be part of my family. But I definitely saw that there were continuing to be more opportunities for me to grow further in my career that enabled me to merge my creative skills as well as like my developing skills and everything all in the above with business as well. And so those are opportunities that were present for me in Decoy. And I think that's something that's important for everyone that's listening is as you're digging and figuring out, cool, how do I get into the gaming space and tech space? Really think about what your passions are. Think about how you want to feel every day at the workplace. Think about the people you want to work around. And I definitely saw a lot of alignment with Decoy Games. And in terms of like what I'm looking forward to, you know, we're working on something real dope. You know, I can't really talk about it.
Yes, ma'am, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But I'm really excited for what we're going to produce. I'm excited for just learning so much from the brothers, learning from the team. They have a dream team, okay? Right. Shout out to the Decoy fam. But I'm excited for the growth and the energy. And also, I'm going to tell you y'all this, okay? And when it comes to the team, their GIF game, it's unmatched, okay? So, just saying.
I love it. I love it. But now look, the production team is in my ear. They telling me we got to wrap it up soon, but I got to get this last question off. If you were to go back in time, knowing what you know now about being in the gaming industry, what advice would you give to your younger self when you first start off? Give me just like 3 or 4 sentences, and then we're going to give you time to plug your own stuff. So what advice would you give to your younger self?
I'm going to just use I'm going to speak in third person. Jewel, you got this. You're doing everything right. Keep being bold, keep being crazy, keep being ambitious. Don't listen to haters. And honestly, keep going, period. Like you did everything right. You're doing everything right. Don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt yourself. I think that's the biggest thing out of everything I said. Don't doubt yourself because you're a whole queen, period.
Have that confidence.
100%.
That confidence, that trust in yourself. Have that trust in yourself because if you don't have confidence, if you don't believe in yourself, why else should somebody else?
Yeah, like,
why should somebody else believe in you? All right, so look, Jewel,
y'all got this, period.
Absolutely. You know it. I gotta have that insane amount of confidence.
For real.
Now look, before you get a chance to you know, grace us or leave us on the stage, unfortunately, leave us with plugging some of the things that you got going on as well as your social media, anything else that you want to plug and share to your audience. I'll be sure to also make the mods put the links in chat as well.
Yeah, so I will put my link tree with everything. I have a podcast coming out. Name is still pending, but it's going to recap like a lot of what we talked about where it's covering my journey and also dope people I've met in media and tech and overall gaming. But also I have a YouTube channel at Ifeguni. And if you really want to see some cool stuff, follow me on Instagram, Jewels of the Nile with the Z. So that's where you can check us out. And then last thing, go to youmatterstudios.com for our films.
Absolutely. Be sure to give her a follow, bottom left-hand corner in the @ find the link tree. Mods, put the link tree in chat. Uchenna, I'm counting on you. Be sure to put it in the chat. Jewel, thank you so much for joining us. We really do appreciate you taking the time out of your day. And hey, enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Yes,
thank
have
you so
a blessed
much.
weekend.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.